Yung regarding po naman doon sa mga invited guests, we hope that all of our invited guests will step up to the challenge. This is an opportunity for them to really ventilate their concerns and perhaps to explain to the public, not necessarily to the House of Representatives, because this is in aid of legislation, but ultimately to the public who have so many questions regarding all of these issues and concerns.
We can finally tackle and discuss these serious concerns, concerns that are very grave in such a nature that the House of Representatives has to act on it. And the invitation to the former President and Senator and former PNP Chief Senator Bato de la Rosa is very material.
Yung mga tao po na kailangan pagbayaran yung mga kasalanan nila at kasangkot dito. And of course, they will be also filed with the necessary na mga importanteng kailangan nilang pagbayaran yung mga violations na nagawa dito.
Good morning. It's a good day to start the good week, and happy Monday to all, and we're ready to address your questions today. Salamat po.
Thank you, Naimbaga Bigat. It's going to be a very busy next couple of weeks for the House, and we're glad to be back on our press con duties. So, good morning.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Mapia kapipitar kanulangon. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. I'm happy to be here and we're looking forward to your questions later on.
Thank you, sirs. For today's first question, may call on Billy Vegas from Abante Politico.
Magandang umaga po. At tatanong ko lang po regarding do sa Quad Committee na gagawin. Ano po bang ina-expect nyo? And comment lang po dun sa sinasabi nila na tina-target daw nung Quadcom si former President Duterte at si Senator Bato. And ihabol ko na rin po, magkakaroon ba na epekto yung hindi pagpunta ni former President Duterte at Senator Bato do sa hearing? Thank you po.
Maraming salamat, Kuya Billy. The formation of the Quadcom is actually a nice development kasi nakikita po natin nag-overlap po yung mga different committees natin, pero parang sa isang bagay lang po yung patumbok eh. Of course, yung continuing na investigations natin. Parang it's a wider scheme of things na mas malalim po yung tinutumbok ng different committees heading into, of course, yung biggest problem natin sa POGO, sa drugs, and of course, money laundering as well. So, for us, maganda po yan. Mas madali pong umusad yung investigation, and dun po sa yung tanong, mas maganda po sana kung makakadalo ang ating dating Pangulo at of course si Senator Bato de la Rosa kasi nga po yung they were invited and they are invited as resource speakers. So marami pong informasyon at marami po silang mai-share na makakatulong po lalo po sa ito nga po yung development ng Quadcom na ito. Thank you.
Dagdagan ko lang, I think the necessity for holding this investigation is to underline the gravity what has already been uncovered. Remember the case of Pogo, illegal operation, and the crimes involving human trafficking, illegal drugs, kidnapping. These are all under investigation by our security, but the NBI and other security agencies. Alam naman ho natin, the EJK has already been there, no, before the formation of this Quad committee. And ito po yung mga we felt that because of these crimes and because of these complaints and several other issues that may border into concern of national security, because apparently there's also been a proliferation of fake birth certificates, undocumented aliens who were able to acquire possessions in the country, which during the investigation previously by the Public Accounts Committee and the Public Order, may mga connect sila, no? So medyo malawak yung sakop nung mga ganitong klaseng illegal na activity na tama nga yung sinabi ni Congressman Paulo na in order to avoid overlapping of mandates and jurisdictions of these four separate committees, we felt that because of the gravity of what has been uncovered in the previous committee hearings, we felt that the only way to move forward is to really have one body composed of four committees in order to connect all of these complaints and all of these illegal activities that we have uncovered. Regarding po naman doon sa mga invited guests, we hope that all of our invited guests will step up to the challenge. This is an opportunity for them to really ventilate their concerns and perhaps to explain to the public, not necessarily to the House of Representatives, because this is in aid of legislation, but ultimately to the public who have so many questions regarding all of these issues and concerns involving illegal drug and other criminalities. No, it's for them to really share their position, and as well as for those who have been linked to these illegal crimes, this is also an opportunity for them to clear their names, no? Dahil unang-una, ito pong investigation na ito is not directed to any particular individual or personality. This is ultimately to strengthen our laws, to improve our surveillance in terms of fighting transnational crimes, fighting those aliens who may be doing illegal activities here in the country, in order to preserve the image of our country as a country who is free from illegal crimes and activities that may have been connected with transnational crimes. So this is beyond personalities. This is beyond specific persons. This is ultimately to improve on the quality of our security services in order to preserve our image in the international community and to run after those aliens who may use our country as their may use this country as their playground to do their illegal activities. So yun po, para sa akin, this is an opportunity for everyone to be educated, and for those whose name may be linked to all of these crimes, all of these concerns and issues, this is an opportunity for them to clear their names and to say to the public that we are one in the same. They also share with us our intention to really bring about a change and improve our laws in terms of protecting and preserving preserving this country from any illegal crimes and illegal activities.
Well, if I may just add, number one, I think the creation of the Quad Committee is very significant, given the various jurisdictions wherein we want to remove the overlapping of the jurisdiction, and that is why with these concerns like extrajudicial killings, illegal drugs, illegal operations of the Philippine offshore gaming, and other heinous crimes, such as sex trafficking, human trafficking, and even murder. So I guess it's very significant, so that once and for all, we can finally tackle and discuss these serious concerns, concerns that are very grave, in such a nature that the House of Representatives has to act on it. And the invitation to the former President and Senator and former PNP Chief, Senator Bato de la Rosa, is very material. Why? Kung ihahalin tulad lang po natin sa isang kaso, we really need to invite the competent witness or the witnesses. Sila po yung panahon na yon ay sila po yung mga tinuturong mastermind sa mga illegal na gawain, sa mga ganitong seryosong krimen. So, I think this is an opportunity for them to address this issue, and of course, by observing the fair play, pagkakataon po nila na ipaliwanag ang kanila pong saloobin at ang kanila pong stand dito po sa mga issues na ito. Yung hindi naman po na pag-attend, which is expected, hindi naman po ito makaka-apekto sa magiging committee hearings, no, sapagkat marami pong abot ng kanila pong feelers, no, na gusto nila po mag-testify patungkol po sa mga issues na ito. And that is why we really welcome this creation of the Quad Committee, again, to once and for all, to discuss the issues concerned being faced by the former President and Senator Bato de la Rosa.
Thank
May
you.
dadagdag ko lang po
Right.
para po to clear yung public perception. All this investigation to Quad Committee is actually brought about by ongoing investigation. And the many of substantial information that we gathered by these 4 committees are actually a product of an ongoing investigation. Tulad ng Pogo, no? Yung connection nung sa illegal Pogo, pati yung mga crimes, these are all being investigated by the NBI, by the PAOK-TF. So, para po sa kaliwanagan ng lahat, ito pong ginagawa po ng Quadcom ay resulta din po ito sa mga ongoing investigation ng ating mga ahensya.
Para sa final na dagdag ko na lang po sa sagot. In aid of legislation naman po lahat to. So, karamihan po ng findings na makukuha natin dito, syempre, may mga gray areas po sa mga loopholes po yung batas na kailangan nating ayusin. Kaya nga po tayo nagkaroon ng mga ganitong problema dahil nga po may mga dapat ayusin sa ating mga batas at sa implementasyon. Pero syempre, after this, when we give our recommendations, we give our findings, then yung mga tao po na kailangan pagbayaran yung mga kasalanan nila at kasangkot dito, and of course, they will be also filed with the necessary na mga importanteng kailangan nilang pagbayaran yung mga violations na nagawa dito. Salamat.
Wala, as my final statement, wala ko tayong tinatarget dito. If maobserbahan natin, itong influx ng mga Chinese individuals, itong pogos, itong issues sa extrajudicial killings, itong problema sa illegal na kampanya laban sa droga, ito po ay nangyari sa panahon ni Pangulong Duterte. So nararapat lamang po na imbitahan natin sila at pagpaliwanagin kung ano po ang kanilang ginawa at kailangan po malaman ng taong bayan dahil ang hinihiling lang po ng ating pong mga kababayan ay hustisya laban po sa mga nangyaring masama at illegal at panagutin kung sino po ang dapat managot. Yun po.
Thank you. From Manila Bulletin, Elson Quismorio, you're recognized for your questions.
Hello, Kongs. Good morning po. In the context po nung gagawin nating Quadcom hearing, which is a big deal, do you think mas nagiging kapansin-pansin po yung silence po ni Vice President Duterte when it comes to the issue ng West Philippine Sea? Kasi if we analyze po ang common denominator po nung WPS issue and yung Pogo issue, yung fake birth certificates is yung Chinese nationals, ganon. So does it amplify the silence of the Vice President po?
Well, we hope to hear from everyone, especially those who are holding highest positions in the land, to join this administration in really fighting transnational crimes. Especially pag ang involved ay sa interconnect yung on all of the scheme of things, no, relative to this ongoing investigation, mukhang iisa yung pinupuntong nationality, no. We're not just prejudging kung ano yung mga the race or I'm trying to avoid that, no. Pero unfortunately, as we have uncovered and as the investigation progresses, isa lang talaga yung naituturo eh. Ang commonality is these are mostly done by Chinese individuals and personalities. Now, in relation to the West Philippine Sea, of course, noon naman po si Vice President Sara Duterte was outspoken and he shares her opinion regarding things that may have things that are important, no, in this country, particularly our sovereignty. I personally am trying to question why apart from all of these things happening, while nagkaroon nga po in recently yung flare ng ng Chinese government in the West Philippine Sea, she remains to be silent about it, no? Kasi ang palagay ko po sa aking pananaw is she's the second official, highest official, public official in the land, next to the president, and her position on this is very important, no? Whether she really condemns the aggression that is happening over West Philippine Sea, or whether her silence would be will be treated as as apathy. No, now is the time that all Filipinos call for patriotism, to voice our sentiment in joining this administration fight against the Chinese aggression outside and within our country. So whether or not her silence may be treated as an apathy or not really interested, that would definitely spell out and define the kind of leader that she is, because we are looking at our leaders, especially those who have been given too much responsibility in duty, yung mga highest official ng ating bansa, na makita ang kanilang pagiging patriotismo at ipagtanggol ang ating bayan, at least man lang doon sa position nila regarding the encroachment and the aggressive move that China is being shown and displayed in relation to our fight in protecting our sovereignty and territorial integrity in the West Philippine Sea. So disappointed ako sa mga public officials po na hindi ho nila sinasabi o hindi ho nila pinapakita ang kanilang pagiging yung patriotismo nila bilang isang Pilipino. Hindi lang dun sa pagiging public officials, but being an ordinary Filipino. Nakaka-disappoint po yan and nakaka-frustrate.
Yun nga parang nakakabingi yung katahimikan, sabi nga nila. Pero maikli lang siguro yung masasabi ko kasi wala naman pong statement ang ating Vice President regarding the West Philippine Sea. Siguro, siyempre, lahat naman tayo dito, mahal natin ang Pilipinas, diba? So dapat Pilipino ang kampihan nila. Dapat Pilipino ang kampihan nila, hindi sana Pilipino ang kakampihan nila. Dapat pro-Pinas tayo. So, yun lang talaga ang kaya ko sabihin sa issue na yun. Dapat Pilipinas ang kampihan at sana Pilipino ang kampihan nila.
Her silence is deafening. Hindi, in English ko lang yung sinabi niyang una.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, of course, we are free to criticize the actions of the government, And being a public officials, lagi tayong krini-criticize, no? And we are very open to that. Pero kung pag-uusapan natin ay soberanya na ng ating bansa, hindi po dapat natin ine-expect na dapat maglabas man lang siya ng kanyang pahayag, suporta, laban po sa China. At dapat magiging pro-Pinas dapat ang magiging pahayag niya. Pero for the longest time, na naging Vice Presidente po siya noong July 1, 2022 hanggang ngayon, may narinig na po ba kayo na pahayag galing po sa ating Vice Presidente laban po sa China? Ang sagot po, wala. So ano po bang ibig sabihin nito? Kaya hindi po magtatanong po talaga ang taong bayan. 'Di ba? Mag-iisip sila. Bakit hanggang ngayon wala pa rin pong pahayag si Vice Presidente Sara Duterte patungkol sa mga issue dyan po sa West Philippine Sea? Ano po ba ibig sabihin yan? So hindi naman po bobo ang mga Pilipino at alam nila kung ano po ang ibig sabihin yan. And that is why we are calling for our public officials, our co-workers in the government, na kung magkakasalungat man po tayo sa mga polisiya, sa mga programa, pero pag-usapin na po sa ating teritoryo at sa ating bansa, dapat united ang ating pong statement. At sa ngayon, Ang ating Vice Presidente lamang wala pong salita or pahayag patungkol po sa issue ng West Philippine Sea.
Dadagdag ko lang, i-connect ko lang sa bagong Olympics, no? Lahat tayo naging proud dahil si Yulo nagkamit ng 2 gold medal, no? Kung proud ho kayo dahil ang ating mga atleta ay nagwagi at nakakuha ng mga gold medals po sa Paris. Kalaki po ng pahit ng pride na yon, yung proud. Yung ready ho kayong idepensa ang pagiging Pilipino nyo. Ano po yung pagiging Pilipino nyo? Wala akong identity ang Pilipinas kung wala ang bansa at teritoryo. Now, if you are proud that our athletes were able to secure and obtain 2 gold medals, ilang pang gold medals, you also have to readily protect the integrity of the country, being a Filipino. So, ganun lang ang pagkaintindi ko. Kung proud ho kayo, dapat ready ho kayong idepensa rin ang ating bansa.
Dagdag ko lang, dahil napapag-usapan naman po ito. So, dapat may survey din sa mga public officials at tanungin po kami kung kami po ba ay pro-Pilipinas or pro-China. At dapat i-disclose kung ano po ang sagot namin sa survey. Doon natin malalaman kung saan po siya. Pro-Pilipinas po ba o pro-China?
Boss, who should conduct that survey, you think?